Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video and welcome to the first video to kick off the fall season, and I'm so excited. I love fall. Fall is my favorite season and it's just the cozy vibes. I love it, and I thought I would share with you the books that are on my fall TBR. Now these are only the physical books. Obviously, there's some mental books on my list, but I just thought I would show you the physical ones. Now, Crown Tide and the Grimm and Oro book by Alt Aster, those are on my list, okay? I just don't have them yet. And one of the books that was on my list, which is not out yet as well, is The Witching Moon Manor by Stacy Saminsky. Obviously, I want to get that physically, but I did read the arc of it, so, and I do recommend it. Anyway, we're talking about the TBR. I'm not going to go into too much depth about each book. I'm really just going to give you the author, well, the book title and the author, and if I know the exact genre, the genre, okay? And now, we're going to get into the fall TBR. So, the first book is a thick one, alright? And that is Quicksilver by Callie Hart. You know, this was just so popular. It blew up. And I've only seen good things about it for the most part. So it made me really intrigued. Though the cover is the book is ginormous, so that, but I've read longer books than this, okay? Just in hardback form. And then we have another one that was pretty popular recently, I feel like, but it is The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. I really hope that's how you pronounce it. Also a fantasy with some romance. Gothic romance is what the blurb from Allison Shaft says, so I'm gonna call it a gothic romantasy. And I honestly don't know what it's about, really. It very much intrigued me. So here we are. I go into a lot of books blind, okay? And then this next one is from an author I've heard good things about. I haven't really heard much about this book, but I have seen it. And that is Rose in Chains by Julie Soto. And apparently this is her debut of a dark romantic fantasy. I think romantasy and romantic fantasy are two different kind of genres in a way, I think. Which is one reason why it's on my TBR. And it's just so, it's so gorgeous. And then the next one is The Wolf and the Woodsman by Ava Reed. Once again, I've heard great things about this author. I haven't heard much about this book, and this is a new edition of it, I think. A new printed edition, anyway. Like, I don't know, a special edition, I guess. Because when I looked it up, it had a different cover and everything, and it was published like a while back. But I got this year? Yeah, I got this year, so. But it looks so intriguing, and obviously it gives me like a fairy tale type vibe, and I think this has like mythology kind of vibe within it. And like, look at the inside of this dust jacket. I would love to just reverse and put it on the book, but then this wouldn't be on the front, you know? Like, it's gorgeous, okay? But this cover is just as gorgeous, and the naked cover is also gorgeous. Anyway, The Wolf and the Woodsman. So excited, so intrigued. Okay, now we're on to next pile. We have Darling Girl by Liz Mikowski, which obviously this is a Peter Pan retelling. I mean, up there it literally says a novel of Peter Pan. This is a reimagining of the classic Peter Pan. I'm just very intrigued, and I love fairy tale retellings and all of that good stuff, so obviously I picked this up at Goodwill, okay? If you can tell, it is a book of the month book for May 2022. And I do want book of the month so bad, but right now I just can't. Can't do it. So I picked this up. Very exciting. So now it feels like I have some book of the month books. And then this one I also picked up at Goodwill, and that is The Host by Stephanie Meyer. I saw the movie, and I mean, obviously, is it the best movie ever? No. But it made me want to read the book and see what the book is like. Because obviously, the author of Twilight, I love the Twilight movies, and I like the Twilight books. So, you know, it's on my fall TBR, because it seems folly. All I know is aliens. Would this be considered a dystopian? A fascinating, passionate, and unique psychological thriller in The Host. And then the next is Our Violent Ends by Chloe Yong. I read These Violent Delights and I enjoyed it. And I still have not read the second one. This is like a must. I need to read this. Like, what am I doing? What am I doing? And then we have The Rag Picker King by Cassandra Clare. Second book of the Castellan. I think that's how you say it. Castellan Chronicles. The first book being Swordcatcher. And I did enjoy that. And like, look at this. Look at this naked cover. Oh my gosh. Alrighty, next pile. The first one, I really don't know what it's about. Obviously, I know there's romance. I'm guessing that there is spice in it. Have not heard of this author, but the cover drew me in, and it gives such cozy fall vibes. And that is Fall I Want by Lyra Parrish. I really hope that's how you pronounce that. Just look at this cover. You cannot tell me that is not a cozy looking cover. I don't mind these sprayed edges on this one because they're not just solid color on this paperback, but this continues from the front cover, continues the front cover onto the pages, and I really like that. And like the leaves, it just gives so much fall vibes. And this is book 1 of the Cozy Creek series, though I think they can be read as interconnected standalones. So cute. So exciting. And then the next one also looks so cozy, and I would honestly say fun. It just looks cozy, but also it just gives fall. And that is An Ancient Witch's Guide to Modern Dating by Cecilia Edward. Don't really know too much about it other than it follows a 39-year-old witch, and her name is Thorn Scarheart. There's online dating and all that, and this is board by Stacy Savinsky. Oh my gosh, that's how I know that's gonna be good. Oh my goodness. Witchy rom-com. I love that. I'm very excited about this one. And that just made me even more excited. Look at this cover. Like, look at that, okay? And then the next one is The Only Purple House in Town by Anne Aguirre. I did not get to it last year. I hope to get to it this year. And it's just like, look at it. Another cozy read I'm excited about. And then we have Scythe and Sparrow by Bryn Weaver, the 3rd book of the Ruinous Love trilogy, and this follows Fiona and Miss Rose. And, you know, craziness will ensue in this book. I just know that. Like, crazy things. And then a change of pace and genre from that one. We have King's Cage by Victoria Aveyard, the 3rd book of the Red Queen series. So, can't really say much about it because it's book 3, other than I am excited to get to it. And that this is a free and permanent sticker. I do highly recommend the Realm Breaker trilogy. Anyway, I'm so excited for her new book, Tempest. And then we have Roseblood by A.G. Howard. And this is a Phantom of the Opera inspired retelling. And now that I've watched Phantom of the Opera, I'm even more excited to dive into this. And then also by A.J. Howard, we have Stain. This is like a fairy tale vibe. I don't know if it's a retelling per se, but it is fairy tale vibes. And then this is a reread, this one right here, because I don't remember what happens, and I want to reread it before I go into the next one, because it's been a while since I've read this one. And that is Long Live the Pumpkin Queen by Shay Earnshaw. I hope that's how you say it. And this is just basically book 1. And it's like, what if she was queen, you know? Like, there's a hidden doorway, this place, this dream town, and everything, and it's just like... And I remember very much enjoying it. But anyways, the next one is Hour of the Pumpkin Queen. This one is by Megan Shepherd, which I believe is book 2 to that one, or I don't even know. Yeah, it's book 2 to that one, just by a different author. So I'm very intrigued to see how this one goes. And see what this one is exactly about. And on the back of this one it says, "The clock is ticking for Halloween Town." Like, it's just so... I'm so intrigued and so excited. And then we have our other reread. This one I've reread 50 million times. I love this book so much. Oh my gosh. And that is Wings of Starlight by Alison Shaft. This is an all-year book, okay? All seasons, all time, okay? And this follows Queen Clarion and Lord Mallory, and I love them so much. And then this one's not really a fall vibe book, but it's been on my list. And there's going to be a 3rd one, I'm pretty sure. And that is Spiral by Bal Cabrar, and she wrote Clyde, which I very much enjoyed, and it's in a reading vlog of mine. I don't remember which one, but it's in the thumbnail of whatever video it is, I'm pretty sure. And this one follows a hockey player and a ballerina. I love a good hockey romance. And then this one I picked up when I got The Night and the Moth. Is that the title? But it is They Bloom at Night by, oh, I'm gonna mispronounce this. Tran. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm so sorry. And then this one is like a very different vibe from the rest, I guess. I don't know. But that is Memoirs of a Geisha. Please tell me how to pronounce that properly. By Arthur Golden. Don't know much about that. about it other than that. And then we have another sequel book, and that is Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. I love Divine Rivals. I gave that a 5 stars. So I need to read Ruthless Vows. Like, what am I doing? Another sequel that I need to read. And there's a prequel coming out. I can't remember the title of it, but there's a prequel to Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows that is coming out. Anyway, that would be my fall TBR, at least books that I have physically, you know. So I really hope you enjoyed this video for what it was. I know I didn't go into depth about these books, but to be honest, I go into most books blind, and I'm just not very good at explaining what books are about until I've read them. So, and even then, I'm not the greatest at that. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know your top 5 books that are on your fall TBR, or the top 5 books that you recommend for people to read in the fall. And I already said I hope you enjoyed, so I'm assuming you enjoyed this video, especially if you made it this far. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.